Hello.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can see it.
Okay. So from my understanding, with the details given, to have a better solution, especially in terms of scalability and with volume data, because if you're looking for trade data, then they are, and I can see that frequency is also mentioned here. So I'm thinking of like it requires a big data solution or a better data warehouse where once the data warehouse is built, we can have efficient queries to see the data as well as query it to build APIs and make actionable insights for further decisions and activities. By considering these thoughts in my mind, I have built this solution. So this is the data source. This could be any of these that you have explained, either a stock or options or forex or even Binance, Coinbase, anything like multiple exchange data extraction can happen, and this source basically can be anything, one or multiple, and you are aware that they all have APIs through which we can consume the data. So we'll be using the APIs to pull the data using a technology stack called ELK. So ELK has three core bundles in it. One is Logstash, second is Elasticsearch, and the third is the Kibana. So Logstash we use for data streaming to insert the data inside any data warehouse, and this would be basically built. Everything would be built on top of Python. Okay. So this is where basically we'll be cleaning, structurizing, and having the data integrity, and then put into the data warehouse, Elasticsearch. Once the data is placed here, we can do any activity, and this Elasticsearch can handle multi terabytes data. Like this is made for such a high frequency data sets, and I'm able to do that. I'm able to tell this with confidence because I have used Elasticsearch a lot, especially with trade data, trade, I mean the uh, trade of goods as well as financial data sets with very high frequency. Then this is Kibana. This is this would be used to pull the data from Elasticsearch and represents the visualizations, charts, or any of the activities, or even alert. We can set alert in Kibana on any of the variable. For example, any stock price or maybe Bitcoin price. If you set a logic and would like to receive an alert, so this all can be set here in the Kibana dashboard. And then,
Uh,
yeah,
sure, sure, go on.
do you have any questions?
Should be okay. Should be okay. You can continue.
Okay, okay. I have made another thing here, which is a slight extension of the data warehouse and visualizations. Suppose down the line, if you are willing to do algorithmic tradings, then we can build APIs on top of it also. That will do automatic tradings because all of these stock exchanges they have brokers now, so we can use brokers that will do the conversations with API and do exactly the thing that we would be coding here in the API. Yeah. And so like this is my solution, and since everything is going to be cloud based, we need to host it somewhere. So we can I use either Google Cloud or AWS or Azure. So for all of this, I just need one instance, a virtual machine where I can set it up and have the entire process executed and running.
Okay. Um, have you done this before with the thick data, or is it pull
Sorry.
pull data, push data or pull data. So if you have already used this for any of your project before,
Yeah.
this kind of stack,
Yeah.
was it for push based or pull based kind of architecture?
Uh, so basically, pulling the data is basically we pull their historical records from here.
So it's basically a pull. What about have you gone to a level where you had to get tick level data?
What do you mean by tick level data?
So you might get many data points within a second. So it's like streaming data.
Yes, yes, yes. Like this is what logstash is used for. Even if it is data is in milliseconds, we will have all records here.
So have you used it? Have you used ELK stack for this?
Yes, yes. I have used LK stack for this because logstash is very good for data streaming. That is why this is built. It's this is called data streaming, right? Like it's a frequency is very huge, and to consume such a high frequency data, logstash is very good at it.
So Logstash is producer. What exactly is Logstash? Logstash is some kind of event collector and then
It is
forwarded to
it is
Elasticsearch.
it is event collector.
Okay.
Event collector
And you
for
can scale,
logging.
you can scale, you can scale Logstash.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I was more thinking on why you won't use Kafka in this scenario. Because Kafka is again, it's meant for streaming data, right?
Yes, yes. Logstash, Kafka is good. Kafka, Logstash, there is one more, but uh, that is generally used for search queries. But for the data warehousing, I would recommend Elasticsearch because I have currently I'm dealing with 50 terabytes of data in Elasticsearch. So like it's a fast
So Elasticsearch, the main use case is actually search, right? Indexing, basically indexing.
a scalable databases. Like even if it is big, then it is good because if down the line if you're looking to build any applications on top of it, then you will need a fast search engines that can respond you really quicker.
Mhm.
Otherwise,
Okay.
suppose if we build any APIs, I mean,
Mhm.
like the software or the program would be stuck in query because if the volume of the data warehouse goes up, then we should be really selecting a solution that is fast in serving the queries when we are transforming the data warehouse into production or any usable stuff.
And what tech stack do you use for the API part, the developer API which you've
Python,
written there?
Python,
What do you
Python,
use?
Python.
Like Flask or Fast API?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's okay for now.
So these are
Yeah.
all like
Saurabh.
every API would be Flask
Hmm?
like Python based. Uh,
Hmm.
suppose if you already have some applications that is built on any other technology, let's say
Hmm.
JavaScript, for example, Mono stack or Mean stack. In those cases, I can use Node.js. But if nothing is built, then use Python. Python is good to handle all of these actually.
I mean, Python is okay. It's okay. It's just an endpoint to pull the data, so I
Correct.
think it should be okay. But what about the data models? Like, how would you store, for example, if I want to query 5 seconds data, how would you store that in Elasticsearch? And how would I query the API to ask, give me 5 seconds data for last 2 months? Give me 30 seconds data for last 2 months. If I want to make such a query, how would you store such data? For